I just wanted to make sure that you understand. Why would I ever motion a court? Yes. That removed or refused to acknowledge my right to attack the credibility of my wife. Now, I gave you a response to the dissolution of marriage, right? And you decided that you allow her to motion the court for default dissolution of marriage. You allowed her to have me arrested 4 days after she petitioned the court for dissolution of marriage. You decided that you would not enforce my rights. If you're not going to enforce my rights, there's no reason for me to motion that court. I will never motion that court. I will sue every judge in this county, yes, for as far back as those that are alive, and quite possibly the estates of those that are not. So why don't you get me the last 60 years of judges in this county, in Clallam and Jefferson County? Because I'll tell you right now, Marion, I'll sue every fucking judge and their estates. I will not motion a court as the respondent to a dissolution of marriage or protection order. I will motion a court as a plaintiff of lawsuits. And when I get done motioning them, I'll include every fucking judge that has any knowledge. Okay? Because you arrested me multiple times and you know that I did not commit any crime. And when you arrested me, you refused to allow me, right, the equal protections of the law. Now, you want to stay in control of the actual lawsuits, and I'm kind of thinking, no. There is no possible way that I'm going to give you any control of any judicial proceeding. You're going to be named as parties to lawsuits. So you just get me the estates of every dead judge in this county right now. Because I'll sue you for their estates. They don't have to be alive. Now, well, that oath of office, it goes beyond actually sitting on the bench, and quite possibly it goes into the estate of any judge that has died in the last, let's say 10 years. Poop. So let's just look at the estates of those that are no longer with us, that have any knowledge that could be proved in court. Poop. Now, Marion, I said I wanted my sons. And I do not care if you're alive or dead at the time of the lawsuit. I will attach the actual assets of every estate right now. Your kids won't get a fucking thing. Your grandkids won't get anything. Nobody will get anything. Now, I'm a little concerned, okay, that there is something that I do not understand. Yes. You know, I'm the international sales director for the Yahoo Superspace Cyber Computer Company. Yes. And you might remember that there are other nations that have intelligence. Yes. See, we think of the United States as being the only nation, but I think of all the intelligence agencies throughout the world. I know you're in Sweden. Nobody knows who you are, but I'm going to know who the fuck you are. Now, while, yes, having a time of rest before going into the study room, yes, I found out about flawed gems that store and send qubits. Yes, a QUBITS. Never heard of a qubit before. I mean, I've heard of the CUBITS. It's in the Bible. Yeah. But these are QUBITSs. Yes. Something about quantum computing. See, these flawed gems? Right. You know, when they talk about it so that the public finds out about quantum data or qubit, a diamond transmits qubits by encoding them in photons that travel through fiber optic cables. Oh, is that right? Yep. Now, I would consider you a competitor to myself. I'm the individual that talks to the persons that do the buying for various nations about their needs, their quantum computing needs. And I approach myself. I have a business card from Yoo-Hoo. I work for Yoo-Hoo, Super Space Cyber Computer Company, and much of our work is located in China. Yes, it is. It is. And I go through your individual nation's supercomputers. I look at what your needs are. And then I mentioned, yes, that your last computer was using this quantum data. Yeah. I thought the qubit storing diamond defects are usually made with the nitrogen atoms, which can store data for milliseconds. Yes. These are synthetic diamonds. Nitrogen defects can't communicate with data clearly. Yes. These silicon atoms emit light more precisely. Yes. Now, Dr. Leon and his colleagues got around the problem by forging silicon defects in a diamond infused with boron. Yes, we did. Yes. August 4th of 2018. Yeah. Now, it emitted about 90% of its photons at the exact same frequency compared to just 3% of photons spat out by nitrogen defects. Now, I need to know. Evelyn who? Yes, 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 applied physicist in Harvard University. You remember those oligarchs in Russia or possibly Ukraine or Eastern European oligarchs? Why don't you get me all of those that have more than $100 million in assets? I think somebody else did read this article. Yes, they thought, oh, that's my problem. I don't have a fast enough quantum supercomputer so that I could sit on a chair and control the fucking world right now. Now, let's say you're one of those nations that does know your wealthy citizens and you know their war room. They got all those hard drives in there. I'm going to want to find out if anybody else thought this was very interesting as an innovation.